If arthritis pain has become your daily companion, what if I told you the first step to relief might be hiding in your pantry, not in your pill organizer? Most people think managing arthritis begins at the pharmacy, but the real secret might be simmering in a pot of lentils, waiting to work from the inside out. 3 powerful plant-based proteins, backed by science, are quietly helping seniors fight inflammation and joint stiffness without side effects, without prescriptions. If you're over 50 or living with arthritis, you're probably no stranger to the daily dance of pain, swelling, and limited movement. Maybe you've got a medicine cabinet filled with creams, pills, and prescriptions. But what no one seems to talk about is this. Some of the most effective remedies might actually begin in your kitchen. Arthritis doesn't just hurt your joints, it drains your energy. It's that stiffness in the morning that makes you dread getting out of bed. It's the sharp pain that stops you from enjoying a walk, gardening, or even just opening a jar. And over time, it steals more than movement. It takes away your freedom, your confidence, and your joy. But here's something that can change your day. What you eat can either feed the pain or fight it. And that's exactly why we created this episode here on Senior Health Boost. I'm going to introduce you to 3 simple, affordable, plant-based proteins that have been shown to reduce inflammation, ease joint pain, and help restore comfort and mobility, all without a prescription, side effects, or complicated prep. In fact, you may already have one of them in your pantry right now. And no, we're not talking about some rare Amazonian seed or pricey powder from a health boutique. These are regular, easy-to-find ingredients, backed by real science and real results. If you're ready to stop just managing your arthritis and start supporting your body in a deeper, more natural way, then let's dive into the first one. Ingredient: #1. Lentils, the underrated legume. For joint relief, let's start with something humble, familiar, and surprisingly powerful: lentils. Now, I know lentils probably aren't the trendiest food on your Instagram feed. They don't come in fancy packaging, and they're not sold with flashy marketing. But if you or someone you love is living with arthritis, this quiet little legume may just become your best friend. Lentils are rich in anti-inflammatory compounds, loaded with plant-based protein, and packed with key nutrients that directly support your joints and reduce pain. What makes them even better? They're inexpensive, easy to cook, and don't require complicated recipes. But here's the real reason they're so helpful: protein. Your body needs protein to rebuild and repair tissues, especially the muscles that support your joints. But here's the problem: many common protein sources, like red meat, can actually increase inflammation in the body. That's the last thing you need when your joints already feel like they're on fire. Lentils, on the other hand, provide a clean, inflammation-fighting protein. They support tissue repair without triggering flare-ups or stiffness. In fact, many people say they even feel calmer or more balanced when they start adding lentils into their meals regularly. More than protein, magnesium, and potassium, power. But the benefits of lentils go far beyond protein. Lentils are also rich in magnesium, one of the most essentially yet commonly missing minerals in adults over 60. Think of magnesium as your body's natural muscle relaxer. It calms the nervous system, eases tension in the joints, and helps prevent the stiffness that makes mornings so difficult. If you've ever felt like your joints simply won't loosen up, no matter how much you stretch, magnesium could be the missing piece. Still not convinced? Lentils also pack a healthy dose of potassium, another essential mineral that doesn't get nearly enough attention when it comes to arthritis. Potassium plays a critical role in regulating inflammation, supporting cellular hydration, and keeping your muscles functioning the way they're meant to. And yet, most people, even those trying to eat healthy, don't get enough of it. That means their cells remain inflamed, muscles stay tight, and joints continue to ache. Why lentils belong on every senior's plate? So, let's recap. High-quality plant protein that supports muscle and joint tissue, magnesium to calm stiffness and nerve-related pain, potassium to reduce swelling and improve muscle movement, affordable and easy to prepare. That's what makes lentils so effective and so accessible. If you're watching this video right now and you've made it this far, I want to thank you. Your time matters, and your health matters. If you're finding this valuable so far, drop a comment below and type the number 1 so I know you're with me. It really helps us know we're reaching the people who need this the most. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Senior Health Boost and turn on notifications. That's the best way to stay updated on every tip, remedy, and recipe we bring to help you live pain-free, energized, and fully alive no matter your age. Now that we've seen how lentils can support joint recovery and lower inflammation, let's move on to the next ingredient. It's something you probably already know and love, but maybe haven't thought of as a secret weapon against arthritis. It's creamy, versatile, and packed with healing potential. Let's talk about it next. Now that we've seen how inflammation plays a sneaky role in weakening your joints, let's take a closer look at a powerful food that does the opposite. These humble legumes aren't just pantry fillers, they're quiet warriors in your fight against arthritis. Let's start with a key mineral your joints absolutely love: potassium. Potassium helps your body flush out excess sodium and sponge. Why does that matter? Because sodium, especially from processed foods, is one of the biggest culprits behind bloating, water retention, and painful joint swelling. Ever wake up with swollen fingers or notice your knees puffing up after a salty meal? That's your body reacting to too much salt. But here's the good news. Potassium works like a natural drainage system. It gently nudges your body to release that built-up water and sodium, which in turn reduces swelling, also known as edema. And when swelling goes down, so does pain. It really can be that simple. Lentils are a fantastic source of potassium. Just 1 cup can help you make progress toward restoring balance in your body. But that's not all lentils bring to the table. They're also packed with fiber, and this is where it gets even more interesting. You might be wondering, what does fiber have to do with arthritis? More than you'd think when you eat foods that spike your blood sugar, like white bread or sugary snacks. Your body reacts by releasing inflammatory molecules. This inflammatory response can directly impact your joints, making them feel stiff, achy, and harder to move. It's a bit like pouring gasoline on a fire, but fiber slows that process down. It gently controls how quickly your body absorbs sugar, keeping your blood sugar levels stable throughout the day. And stable blood sugar means fewer flare-ups, less pain, and more comfort. Lentils, being rich in fiber, help guard your joints, while also giving your body smooth, steady energy. No crashes, no spikes. And there's more. Lentils are an incredible source of folate, also known as vitamin B9. Now, folate might not get the spotlight as often as other vitamins, but it plays a crucial role in keeping inflammation in check. How? By lowering levels of homocysteine, an amino acid that, when elevated, has been linked to joint pain and inflammation. The beauty is, just by adding lentils to your meals regularly, you can help regulate your folate levels and quietly reduce that inflammatory pressure from the inside out. Now, you may be thinking, that all sounds great, but how on earth do I cook lentils? Here's the fun part. Lentils are incredibly versatile and surprisingly easy to use. Even if cooking isn't your thing, you'll find lentils to be refreshingly simple. You can add them to soups and stews for a heartier texture, or saute them with some garlic, onions, and spices for a cozy lentil curry. Prefer something fresh? Toss cold-cooked lentils into a salad with olive oil and chopped vegetables. They also make a great base for tacos, wraps, or even homemade veggie burgers. Trying to eat less meat? Lentils can step in beautifully, offering satisfying texture and flavor, whether you go savory, spicy, or even slightly sweet. That's right, lentils absorb flavor like a sponge. They're like a blank canvas for your favorite seasonings. And here's another reason to love them. Unlike some legumes, lentils don't require overnight soaking. Just give them a quick rinse. Toss them in a pot with water or broth. Bring to a boil, then simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. Done. No fuss, no mystery. Plus, they're easy on the stomach, no heavy bloating, just clean, nutritious fuel. Want to maximize their anti-inflammatory power? Try pairing lentils with ingredients that boost their joint-protecting properties even further. A splash of lemon juice adds vitamin C, a pinch of turmeric and black pepper creates a powerful anti-inflammatory duo. Toss in some raw spinach or kale for extra magnesium and antioxidants. Together, these ingredients create more than just a meal. They build a defense system that your joints will thank you for. And the best part? You don't have to overhaul your entire diet to start feeling better. Start small. Add lentils to just a couple of meals a week. It's affordable, effective, and easy to do. It's often the simple habits, repeated with consistency, that bring the biggest rewards. And lentils, in all their modest glory, might just be the most powerful food you're not eating yet. So next time you're at the grocery store, don't overlook the dry goods aisle. Grab a bag of lentils, experiment with a new recipe, pay attention to how your body responds. Because when it comes to managing arthritis through food, lentils aren't just pulling their weight, they're going above and beyond. They're reducing inflammation, protecting your joints, and giving you the strength and mobility to keep doing what you love. We know it can sometimes feel like arthritis is taking the steering wheel, like your body is betraying you. But as we've seen, there are tools available to take back control, and not all of them come in a prescription bottle. As lentils remind us, some of the most powerful healing agents are the ones growing quietly in the earth. And speaking of hidden gems, get ready, because the next one is equally impressive. Let's talk about chickpeas. They might seem like a basic salad topping or the base of hummus, but chickpeas are actually one of the most underrated yet powerful foods you can eat for joint health. Once you understand what they can do for your body, especially if you're living with arthritis, you'll never see them the same way again. In the next section, we'll dive into why chickpeas deserve a permanent place in your kitchen, how they might just be the joint-friendly secret your body's been asking for all along. Stay with us. Earlier, we uncovered how lentils can fight inflammation and support your joints. Now, let's turn our attention to another overlooked gem, chickpeas. You might know them best as the star of hummus or those round little beans in a salad, but their power goes far beyond taste. Chickpeas offer something truly special for those struggling with arthritis, and it's all packed into their small, humble form. Let's start with something called polyphenols. It may sound like a science term you'd rather avoid, but don't worry, it's simpler than it sounds. Polyphenols are natural compounds found in plant-based foods, and they serve as powerful antioxidants. Their job? To protect your cells from damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. These free radicals can contribute to something known as oxidative stress, a condition that worsens arthritis symptoms over time. Here's where chickpeas step in as quiet heroes. Each time you eat them, their polyphenols go toward inflammation and shielding your joints. Think of it like adding a layer of armor every time you take a bite. You're not just filling your stomach, you're reinforcing your body's defenses. But that's not all. Chickpeas also bring a healthy dose of vitamin C to the table, and this is something most people don't even realize. Vitamin C plays a vital role in building collagen, the tissue that cushions your joints and keeps them moving smoothly. Without enough collagen, those cushions thin out, leading to stiffness, pain, and that creaky sensation many of us know too well. But when you get enough vitamin C, you're not just masking discomfort, you're helping your body rebuild from within. That's what makes chickpeas so remarkable. They support your joints at the foundational level. Still with me? Good, because chickpeas have more to give. Let's talk magnesium, a quiet superstar in the world of joint health. Just like lentils, chickpeas are a great source of this mineral. Magnesium helps strengthen bones, relax muscles, and soothe the nervous system. And when your muscles are relaxed, they stop putting pressure on your joints. That means less strain, less tightness, and more comfort throughout the day. Magnesium even helps improve sleep, which, let's be honest, can be tough when you're living with chronic pain. But sleep is when your body does its deepest healing. So by helping you rest, chickpeas indirectly give your joints the break they've been craving. And of course, we can't talk about chickpeas without mentioning their fiber content. Why is fiber so important for arthritis? Because it helps regulate your blood sugar. And when your blood sugar is too high, especially after eating processed carbs or sugary snacks, your body responds by releasing inflammatory markers that can lead to more joint pain and more inflammation. But thanks to their high fiber content, chickpeas help your body absorb sugar more slowly. This keeps your blood sugar levels stable throughout the day. The result? Less inflammation, less pain, and better overall joint health. It's like pressing a natural slowdown button on your body's reaction to food. Now, let's get to the fun part. How to actually eat more chickpeas. Sure, hummus is a classic. It's creamy, delicious, and pairs well with veggie sticks or whole grain crackers. But don't stop there. Roasted chickpeas are a crunchy, flavorful snack and much healthier than chips. Just toss them with a little olive oil and your favorite spices. Bake them until golden, and you've got yourself a high-fiber, anti-inflammatory treat. Want something heartier? Stir-fry chickpeas with colorful veggies and a touch of turmeric for an inflammation-fighting meal, or mix them into soups, stews, or salads. Their mild, nutty flavor makes them blend in beautifully. You can even use chickpeas as the base for curries, or combine them with sweet potatoes, quinoa, spinach, or avocado in a warm grain bowl, because chickpeas absorb the flavors around them so well. They're like culinary chameleons. They adapt to whatever dish you're cooking. Into baking? Great news! Chickpea flour is a gluten-free alternative that works well in pancakes, flatbreads, and even cookies. You can even blend whole chickpeas into brownie batter or form them into homemade veggie burgers. They add structure, protein, and depth to your dishes, all while keeping your joints in mind. Another bonus. Chickpeas are incredibly filling. That means they help you stay satisfied longer, which is especially useful if you're trying to manage your weight to reduce pressure on your joints. And here's the best part. Chickpeas are budget-friendly and widely available. You don't have to hunt them down at a fancy health food store. Grab a can or two on your next grocery run or buy them dry in bulk to save even more. These small beans punch well above their weight. Every time you include chickpeas in a meal, you're choosing to nourish your joints, balance your blood sugar, and support your overall well-being, all while keeping it delicious. And when you think about it, isn't that what healthy eating should be about? Simple, tasty, and powerful enough to change how you feel without turning your life upside down. So next time you're thinking about what to cook, consider chickpeas. They're not flashy, they're not trendy, but they are dependable, healing, and incredibly versatile. Your joints will thank you for it. Now that we've uncovered the power of chickpeas, there's another food waiting in the wings. It's earthy, it's ancient, and it holds remarkable anti-inflammatory potential, especially for aging joints. Let's move on and explore the next arthritis-fighting food you might already have in your kitchen. After everything we've learned about lentils and chickpeas, you might be wondering, how often should you be eating them? Here's the honest answer. You don't need to go overboard, but consistency is key. If you're just starting out, aim to include chickpeas in your meals a couple of times each week. As your body adjusts them, especially if your digestive system responds well, you might even work your way up to enjoying them daily. They're high in fiber, rich in minerals, and full of plant-based energy. Your joints will feel the difference, your gut will thank you, and your energy levels may begin to feel smoother and more stable throughout the day. And don't worry about cost. Chickpeas are among the most budget-friendly superfoods out there. Whether you're using canned chickpeas or cooking them from scratch at home, you're getting a great deal. If you do go for the canned version, just make sure to give them a good rinse first. That simple step helps remove excess sodium, which can contribute to water retention and joint swelling. Cooking dry chickpeas at home takes a little more time, but it's incredibly easy and cost-effective. So whether you're in a hurry or you love preparing meals from scratch, there's a chickpea solution for you. It's easy to feel like arthritis puts you in a constant battle with your own body. The pain, the stiffness, the unpredictability, it can feel like you're fighting a war you didn't sign up for. But foods like chickpeas remind us that not all medicine comes in pill bottles. Sometimes, healing begins on your plate with a simple scoop of beans that are quietly doing their job. Next time you're writing a grocery list or walking down the store aisles, pause at those little beige chickpeas. They're more than just a side dish. They're a nutrient-packed, inflammation-fighting powerhouse that your joints will recognize and appreciate. Try a new recipe. Add them to your weekly meals. Your taste buds, your health, and your wallet will all say thank you. Now that we've covered lentils and chickpeas, it's time to meet the third member of our plant-powered arthritis-fighting trio. And this one might surprise you. It's tofu. That's raw tofu. While it may not be the most glamorous food in your fridge, tofu is absolutely packed with the kinds of nutrients your joints need. Whether you love it already or feel uncertain about how to prepare it, tofu deserves a second look, especially if you or someone you love is managing arthritis. So, what makes tofu such a powerful choice? First, it starts with soybeans, which are used to make tofu. Soybeans are one of the few plant-based foods that offer what's known as a complete protein. That means tofu contains all 9 essential amino acids your body needs for tissue growth, repair, and maintenance. Why does this matter? Because when your muscles are strong, they help support your joints. Less strain, less pressure, less pain. For anyone with arthritis especially, as we age, this muscle support can make a world of difference. Strong muscles reduce the load on vulnerable joints, helping you move more freely and comfortably. But tofu doesn't just bring protein to the table. It does so in a uniquely gentle way. Animal proteins can sometimes aggravate inflammation, especially when eaten in large quantities or cooked in unhealthy fats, but tofu delivers the same muscle-building support in a cleaner, anti-inflammatory form. That makes it especially helpful for people with arthritis who want to support their bodies without causing extra stress. But we're not done yet. Talk about omega-3 fatty acids. You've probably heard that omega-3 salads are great for heart health, but they're also incredible for joint health. These healthy fats reduce the body's production of inflammatory molecules, which in turn lowers swelling, stiffness, and pain in the joints. Here's the kicker. While many people think you can only get omega-3 salads from fish, tofu is actually one of the few plant-based sources of this crucial nutrient. So if you're trying to eat more plants or avoid seafood for any reason, tofu steps in as a fantastic alternative. And there's more. Tofu is also a great source of calcium. Everyone knows calcium is essential for building strong bones, but not everyone realizes how important that is for people with arthritis. When your bones are strong, your joints are more stable. That means less wobbling, less friction, and more comfort in your everyday movements. If you're dealing with osteoarthritis, calcium becomes even more critical. And if you're lactose intolerant or trying to avoid dairy due to its potential inflammatory effects, tofu is an excellent way to meet your calcium needs without compromising your goals. What makes tofu shine even more? Many tofu products come fortified with vitamin D, another nutrient that supports bone strength by improving calcium absorption. The bottom line? Tofu is simple, unassuming, and doesn't always get the credit it deserves. But it's quietly working behind the scenes to rebuild bone density, reduce inflammation, and provide the protein your joints need to move with greater ease. Now you might be wondering, how do you actually incorporate tofu into your meals? Don't worry, we'll dive into that in the next section. Whether you're a longtime tofu fan or a first-timer, you're about to discover just how easy, versatile, and delicious it can be to add this joint-friendly food to your weekly routine. From stir-fries to smoothies, tofu has more potential than most people realize. And your body will thank you for giving it a try. Stay with us as we explore simple, flavorful ways to cook with tofu and turn it into a regular part of your anti-arthritis diet. As we wrap up our exploration of tofu, let's not forget one of the most important nutrients hiding inside this unassuming food. Vitamin D. Most people know vitamin D helps build strong bones, but that's only part of the story. Vitamin D also plays a vital role in regulating the immune system and reducing inflammation. And here's something many seniors don't realize. A large percentage of older adults are vitamin D deficient, and they don't even know it. That deficiency can quietly make arthritis symptoms worse over time. More joint stiffness, more pain, more fatigue. So when you get a little extra vitamin D from tofu, especially the fortified kind, you're doing your body a favor in more ways than one. Now, if that sounds like a lot of value packed into a single block of soy, you're right. But we're not finished yet. There's another group of nutrients found in tofu that deserve your attention. Bones. These naturally occurring plant compounds are present in soy and have a unique way of supporting the body. Some people hear the word estrogen and worry about hormonal effects, but in reality, isoflavones work in a gentle, balancing way. They don't throw your hormones out of whack. In fact, research shows that isoflavones can actually help reduce joint pain, improve flexibility, and lower inflammation, particularly in people living with rheumatoid arthritis. One study even found that participants who regularly ate soy products like tofu experienced less stiffness and better joint mobility over time. It's yet another way tofu supports your body's natural healing systems without requiring anything extreme or expensive. Of course, one question often comes up here: how do I actually cook tofu? That's a great question and a totally fair one. Tofu on its own is pretty plain, but here's the secret. That's exactly why it's so versatile. Tofu absorbs flavors like a sponge. Lemon juice, garlic, ginger, soy sauce, chili flakes, you name it. Whatever seasonings or sauces you enjoy, tofu will soak them up beautifully. Want a crispy, satisfying bite? Try pan-searing, baking, or broiling extra firm tofu. The trick is to press out the water and marinate it for an hour before cooking. This helps it absorb all those mouth-watering flavors and gives it a chewy, satisfying texture. You can toss tofu into salads, stir-fries, curries, or wraps. Cook it on the stovetop in a savory sauce, or bake it until golden and crispy. It's incredibly adaptable, and the more you experiment, the more you'll discover what works for you. For a smoother texture, reach for silken tofu. It's creamy and mild, making it perfect for soups, smoothies, or even desserts. Yes, you read that, red desserts. Silken tofu blends beautifully into dairy-free puddings, protein-rich dips, or sauces, all while delivering the same anti-inflammatory benefits. In some recipes, tofu can even take the place of cream. That means fewer saturated fats and more nutrients, all while keeping your meals light and satisfying. And the best part? Tofu is incredibly affordable and easy to find. You don't need a fancy health food store. Most supermarkets carry several types from soft to extra firm right in the refrigerated section. Once you get the hang of it, tofu might just become a staple in your weekly meal plan. It also stores well, especially unopened packages, which makes it perfect for those nights when you need something quick, nourishing, and easy to prepare. So, how often should you eat tofu? If you don't have a soy allergy, try adding tofu to your meals a few times per week. Mix it with other joint-friendly ingredients like turmeric, leafy greens, or whole grains like brown rice and quinoa. Together, these foods create a powerful combination rich in omega-3 south, calcium, and protein that supports your joints, strengthens your bones, and boosts your overall vitality. Because at the end of the day, arthritis can feel overwhelming. The daily aches, the stiffness that makes even small tasks harder, the frustration of not being able to move the way you used to. But there's something incredibly empowering about making small, intentional choices to support your body. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to eat plant-based at every meal. But by simply including tofu and other joint-friendly foods, you're taking back some control. You're feeding your body what it needs to heal, move, and feel stronger again. So give tofu a chance. Whether you've been plant-based for years or are just testing the waters, tofu has something to offer. Adapt it, make it yours. Add your favorite flavors, because sometimes the most powerful medicine isn't in a bottle. It's in your kitchen, quietly waiting to be rediscovered. Let's take a moment to bring it all together. If you're living with arthritis, remember these 3 powerful plant-based foods: lentils, chickpeas, and tofu. They're not exotic, they're not expensive, but they're loaded with anti-inflammatory nutrients that can protect your joints, stabilize your blood sugar, support your muscles, and reduce daily discomfort. You don't need fancy supplements or complicated diets. You just need a few simple, consistent changes, foods that nourish you from the inside out. So here's a challenge. This week, pick one of these foods and add it to your meals. See how your joints respond. Take note of how you feel, because healing doesn't always require something dramatic. Sometimes it just takes a few small changes, the courage to keep trying. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports the channel. Make sure to subscribe to Senior Health Boost and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. We're building a community here, one that empowers older adults to take control of their health. One meal, one choice at a time. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you tried any of these foods? What's worked best for you in managing joint pain? Your story might help someone else feel encouraged to take that first step. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again soon right here on Senior Health Boost. Stay strong, stay curious, and remember, your body is listening to everything you feed it. Until next time.